Hey everybody, just kind of an update on some of the Google Meet things that have come out over the past several months since I put out my first video about how to use Meet. Number one, did you know you can open a Meet right from your email? You go down to the lower left-hand corner, create a new meeting. I'm just going to create a kind of a fake meeting so I can show you a few settings that are kind of cool. I am going to, start my meeting. And some of the things that are kind of interesting that have been added is if you click over here on the right hand corner on three buttons, you have the ability to record a meeting. So if you need to record this for posterity or to share with somebody else later, you can hit record meeting, and at the end you will have a link to that meeting. You can create open a jam, which is a whiteboard. I want to click on that and show you. We're going to start a new whiteboard. I have a whole nother video on Jamboard, which you can watch. It's right beside this one and on your page. But this is a Jamboard where now I can share this with anybody that's in the meeting. I can share it with anybody that's outside of the meeting. I can record what's written on this for posterity as well. But basically, this is just a whiteboard that is online that has many, many things that you can be done with it. You can kind of see the versatility of it. Put in some pictures. All right, so you can kind of see where I'm going with this. This is basically a very dynamic whiteboard that you can use within Google Meet, but also outside of it, just as a standalone. All you have to do is share this with whoever you are wanting to share it with, add somebody, and send this to them, and they'll be able to collaborate on this with you. Okay, we'll get rid of that Jamboard. Other things you can do, you have different layout designs. Here's a fun one. You can change the background. So I'm going to turn on my camera. All right, and so I have chosen flowers for my background. Get a little bit more teacher-like. All right, more like it, trailer trash. But anyway, you've got a lot of things that you can do with different backgrounds. Kind of cool. And captions. Somebody who has a problem with hearing what's going on in the meeting, you can turn on captions and they can read along. It's kind of a nice feature. And lastly, troubleshooting and help. They've added a nice little feature in here. If you click on that, if you're having any issues, number one, they're going to have some general tips right here to let you know how to get better quality meeting. In this example, it's going to show me my connection delay. So I have very little connection delay. We're doing really good right here. If this number were higher, I would look into my Wi-Fi where I'm at. Maybe it's at home, maybe it's at school. But if this is really low, you're in good shape. If it gets really high and you have a lot of delay, you may have a bad Wi-Fi connection. Down here, system load. This is how your computer or the device you're on is handling the Google Meet. Now it uses a lot of resources, don't get me wrong. So it's using about 50% of my PC's resources right now. But if that's up at 100% and you're starting to experience some outages, you might have some other problems. Also has some tips. You can close browser tabs. For those of you who have a million tabs open, each one uses a little bit of computer usage or CPU usage. You can shut some of those, or you can close other apps. All right, those are just a few of the newer things from Google Meet. They're making it better every day. It's kind of cool. Have Have fun.